Okay, welcome back, guys, and I've been doing some stuff. We've been working on the base quite a bit. We've done some looking into how TNT works above the world border and stuff like that. So TNT, this is 255, by the way. I'm sitting on 256. The block, though, the coordinates for the block is actually 255. So this is the world border. I cannot place anything on top of this. TNT does not explode anywhere above this part. So like it cannot, if there's a piece of TNT, if I place down TNT up here, if I could, I can't even place the TNT down. But if TNT did get shot over the walls and landed right here, and was inside like sand and whatever, it would not blow up. It would not do any damage, even if it was dry. We were testing this earlier. We launched a piece of TNT onto a block with the coordinates of 254, so where we're standing, our coordinates would be at y255. We launched it onto, like, we used a simple cannon, we launched it on top of some blocks that were at 254, or where we're standing 255, and the TNT does not blow up or damage anything. So it is safe to have obsidian on your base, as long as it continues out for a farther direction, because if it doesn't, you can shoot sand over this, and you can create a backboard, and you can just backboard back to the nearest wall. So like if we didn't have obsidian going all the way out, only to the end of these regens, and then we had a ton more regens, with no other types of defenses for getting shot over, they could just shoot sand, and they could make a backboard all the way along to the front of this regen, and they could just bust that and basically come into our base by creating a backboard and then everything falling down and blowing into our base. So if you're going to do this type of thing, the obsidian needs to go out, or yeah, you just can't have any way of, like, you could block all these holes off where things could come in, but I'd be blocking that off with this type of obsidian. Like, I would just extend this all the way out, because then at that point TNT doesn't explode. TNT won't explode at this level, so you can still have your regular regens, and you can have your water and everything, and if you do your water right, it's not like a source against the wall, like right up against the wall, then 255s shouldn't be able to get through your regens any easier. The only problem with this, though, is that if you've got blacky regens, or here, let me look this up, but if you've got blacky regens, they have a little fault in them. So let me find this.
Alright guys, my cable.
Not this one. Here, let me find this. Okay, so I found it. So, this type of regen right here, the problem with this is, basically how this regen works is there's no water up front, so you can't water push to bust it. But these can be, I believe these can be one-shotted or two-shotted with a 255, because people can shoot, this even works on Cosmic, because when you're standing here, you're sitting on 255, and the TNT's not landing on top of this, it would be like right on the side of it, which is below 255, so the TNT's at 254, so it's able to bust. Someone's talking to me. Okay, so basically you can just take a 255, and when you blow this up right here, the water source will flow into the lava, destroying the regen busting aspect of it. So you can get through this, and then you can also get through this one back here the same way. So you can two-shot it with a 255. And normally, I think you'd only need like a 2-wide. Yeah, you'd only need like a 2-wide 255 to get through a ton of these regens. So, it also goes with blocky regens. If we go to this next video,
Hey guys,
you'll see we've got blocky regens here. The only problem with this is you can't fit a sponge. This is you'd be shooting from this side, so you'd be coming in. But the problem is you can't fit a sponge on the inside, like to stop this water source from flowing out. Usually when you have when you have like diagonal regions like this, where it's lava, water, lava, they have this weird sponge thing like off over here that just holds down the water. And then, so basically it would normally sponge up the water, but they put a water source down, and it's only affecting that one water source. You might have to do it several blocks down as well, because the sponge radius also has a depth to it. But basically the water, when it's being placed inside of where a sponge is on Cosmic, it will not flow out. So when you have lava outside of here, if you pretend that this thing just goes on diagonally, it's almost impossible to get through the wall. Like, you can't get through the wall using a normal regen bust tactic, like the water push. You can't get through this wall like that, because just because you have lava all the way outside and all these blocks are regenning. But the problem is with the blocky regens is this is basically like, you know, it takes a lot of room to make these diagonal things, and then in the center of it, like here, you can have water or whatever, but there will always be a block that can't regen unless you have lava there with water outside of it, which is like the one weak spot. So the only way these things are like super broken is if you get a corner claim, and then you just start, like if this was a corner right here, and you just start and you go across with diagonal regens, that's really hard to get through, especially if you do multiple layers of them. But the problem with blocky regens is if somebody was to take a 255, they can aim, let me see, they can aim pretty much anywhere on this wall, I believe. And with 255, it'll hybrid these blocks, and the water source will flow out into the lava. And you can't fit a sponge in here because the sponge will affect more than these water bucket or these water sources. Like, there's no way of being able to place down a sponge. So that's a problem with blocky regens, because you can just get through them with the 255. So if you do want to have blockies on your base, I would recommend that you have a decent amount of offsets. Like, I'd only use maybe, I think these things can be offset like 6 or 7 different ways. I'd only do like that many of them, and then have a lot more offsets. Because with offsets, offsets are like one of the best regens, to be honest. But basically with these offsets, we're genning them in a weird way. But when you have offsets, we look up a picture of offset regens, Minecraft offset regens, click images, nothing's showing up.
Okay. Alright guys, my turn. Now the
Okay, so the problem with offset regens is, this is from Mindchat Raid's video, but he's the guy who invented these. The problem, or not the problem, but what's so nice about these is if you've got a water source out here just flowing over into here, with the 255, if you hybrid this block, the water is not going to flow in because it's not a source block, and the lava will just flow out. So these cannot be taken down with the 255. And if you do the bottoms of them correctly, people can't go through the bottoms. And they're forced to use a floating barrel. Like, there's almost no way, if you've got obsidian over the top of these, like with our base, if we continue the obsidian out and then continue the lava sources all the way up to right underneath the obsidian, these are almost like you can't really bypass these. You have to go through them, which is why offsets are so nice to have on your base. Like, I'm pretty sure, I would highly advise that every base that you have has several offsets on it. So I didn't really know what region to start with. I was kind of going to start on blackies, but someone could have just gotten into our base with the 255. So I've decided I'm going to do several offsets instead, and then maybe do a couple blackies with more offsets so people can't mess those up with the 255 as easy. And if they do want to raid us with the 255, they're still going to have to go through all our offsets. So making a 255 is a little bit more difficult, especially a floating barrel to be able to get through all the offsets. And if you don't go ahead and make that new canyon, it's going to take you a little bit longer to raid because we have these blocky regens. So blocky regens can be useful, and all these other regens can be useful, but I would highly advise, like, I believe that it's probably best to start with offsets closest to your base. Like if you're world editing in walls or something, then it doesn't really matter the order as long as you had a ton of offsets, and maybe some offsets on the end, so people don't mess around with you and just nuke your blocky regens. But I think it's best, like, because we're just building our walls out from the base, I think it's best to start with offsets, because people have to go through offsets, and they can't bypass having to regen bust them using the 255, if you do them correctly, at least. So that's the reason I'm starting out with these, and we'll see what happens with the base. Okay, here we go. Some hype. Good luck. Okay, here we go. This is exciting. You're guaranteed 2 transmog scrolls. You got 2 party animal G kits. That's pretty good, because those things give you the sword, and they also give you the really good helmet. Someone offered 9 mil. Also got the pilgrim hat. She's not an item. And legendary space flare. So that's a legendary chest. Can also open. Have the Thanksgiving horn. Sure, this is recording. Okay, 2 transmog scrolls. That's like 500, 600k right now at least. XP booster. That's really good, because sometimes they give you the MCMMO boosters. So that's lucky. And ultimate dust. This next one is... I think you also get black scrolls as well. Yeah, you got 3 99% black scrolls. That'll sell for a lot of money later. And the last one is... I'm not a turkey title. So now you can get top rank from this next one, which is crazy. And an XP booster. I guess that's okay. Not the best, obviously, but I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed. So you got a pretty good end on that. Nice. How many XP boosters do you have? Are those all XP boosters? It's an MCMMO and another XP booster. That's crazy. We can use those. We're selling for a lot later in the game. 9% primal dust. That was, or not primal, but still, that was the first one. Nice. More mystery dust. Oh, another 6%. That's also really good. So you're not getting... I'd say you're getting pretty lucky with this dust. Oh. Oh, you got another 6%. So you've gotten a lot of dust. And then for the rest... Oh, you got a primal, I think. You got a primal. 27% primal. That's amazing. That's crazy. Oh, that's going to sell for a lot of money. That's like, later in the game, that's like 400k probably. That's ridiculous. Yeah, you've been getting really lucky with this dust. Nice. And you also have 3 more left. Oh. Another 2%. And probably more mystery dust. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. Okay, so first we're going to do the legendary space flare, I'm assuming. Okay. So, no one's nearby. You can go ahead and pop it, and I need to make sure I have my sounds on. Okay, I do. And pop it. And the chest is, oh, it's right over there. And we got ourselves a legendary chest. Go ahead and probably PV that right away. No one's in the area still, so do you want to do the fallen heroes here? Okay. Here's the first one. Oh! Got drunk on. This thing's big. Not doing as much. I thought these things were easier to kill. Oh, come on. Drop. And did you get it? No, you got the G-kit though. That's unfortunate. I would clear out your inventory a bit. Like, let's see. Okay, we're still clear. For now at least. Nice. You can, if you apply that, you'll do more damage. Then you also have Deathbringer 2, so it's up to you. Okay, we're still good. It's a good helmet for. I can also lightning stuff if you want. Lightning. Okay. Ready? They're both Rage 3, so the light still doesn't matter too much. All you really need is a good weapon. Try and kill them off quickly. Come on. Hey, you got the Chica Gem! Yes! Are you gonna apply it? Yes! Yes, that's amazing. Should probably go spawn like right now. I'm still in combat. Okay, there we go. Did you apply it? Hey, you applied it. Nice. Hey guys, and I hope you guys, or what am I doing? I'm doing an outro. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm setting up for a raid which should be coming out in a couple days, not too many, like maybe 3 days. Should be pretty. This will be a lot easier to record than Factions normally is, so I should be able to get it out a lot quicker. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.